It's a new day in the workroom, and I'm the last Griffin member standing. To be honest, I'm quite surprised. I thought my dad would go all the way. However, it seems that arrogance and a poor attitude can come back to haunt you. His elimination, however, does open up the competition more. With the finale approaching next week, I need to excel in this final challenge. I don't want to be eliminated just before the finale, like what happened on season 4.
The queens gather in the workroom, offering congratulations to Jessica and Starmie once again. They express their gratitude, and Lashana commends Jessica for doing a great job in sending Peter home, noting it has opened up the competition. Stewie agrees, assuring Jessica there are no hard feelings for eliminating his father. Jessica acknowledges his sentiment, stating she did what was necessary. Starmie challenges the queens, asking if they aim to beat the best, to which they all said yes. Lashana remarks that anyone displaying Peter's arrogance and cockiness deserves to be taken by surprise. Starmie expresses understanding, while Mrs. Garrison mentions she's avoided arrogance. Lashana reassures her that she was merely focused and determined, and parting with Lola and Penelope was very beneficial. Mrs. Garrison expresses her appreciation and reminds the queens she's still very determined, pointing out that with 1 week left before the finale, anything could happen. Jessica playfully suggests that even Mrs. Garrison could be eliminated, prompting a nervous laugh from her.
Am I nervous? Yes. Why? Because this is the final challenge before the finale. You remember what happened in All Stars 2, just before the finale, one of the frontrunners, Henchwoman, was eliminated, blindsided by her best friend Faramosa. Fortunately, I don't have a best friend here, they're all back in South Park. But I cannot allow myself to be eliminated before the finale. I know these queens want to see me fall into the bottom, but I was so close to the crown in season 3, and I will not let that happen again. I just need to win a lip sync first.
Stewie inquired about what challenge do they think is coming up, and Lashana recalled that in the last All Stars, there was a ball challenge before the finale, but since they've already had one, she speculated another might follow. She also expressed a desire to write a verse for a RuPaul song, suggesting a remix challenge. However, Jessica and Stewie firmly declined, with Starmie questioning their stance. Stewie revealed that both had been eliminated during a remix, leading to a supportive hug between them. Starmie boasted about winning the first ever remix, while Mrs. Garrison reminisced about placing high on season 3's remix. Lashana reminded everyone that the next challenge was still unknown, possibly not a remix, and glanced at the producers, who indicated it was time for a mini challenge.
I am prepared for any challenge ahead. I'm hoping for a design, dance, or the remix because I need to excel in something. I don't want to be sent home before the finale. I've reached it once and I'll do it again, but this time, I aim to win the crown. This mini challenge is merely a minor obstacle before I win the Maxi challenge.
Stewie Griffin wins the mini challenge.
That's another mini challenge victory for me. I've certainly stepped up my game these past few weeks. Now, with my dad not around, I can focus solely on myself and whatever challenges lie ahead.
My All-Stars, for your final Maxi challenge of All-Stars 3, you're tasked with creating a book cover and starring in the commercial to advertise your new book. To assist you in preparing, I've organized a little something. Good luck, and don't F it up.
Oh, an advert challenge, and we have to create a book cover as well? I didn't have one of these in my season, so this will be interesting.
I'm uncertain about this challenge, at least it's not a remix. We need to design our own book cover and feature in the commercial. I faced an acting challenge in season 6, and it didn't go well. I wasn't eliminated, but I was in the bottom. I'm somewhat concerned.
Lashana inquired if the queens had a similar challenge on their seasons. Starmie, Mrs. Garrison, and Jessica Rabbit all responded no, while Stewie said yes, and Lashana shared that she faced an advert challenge on season 7, which was similar to this one but featured perfume. Stewie revealed his challenge was to advertise a pilot episode of their choice. Upon Jessica's inquiry about their performance, Stewie admitted to being at the bottom, while Lashana stated she was merely safe. Starmie mentioned the challenge was anyone's to win, to which Mrs. Garrison agreed, proclaiming, "May the best queen win," just as a knock at the workroom door interrupted their impending cheer.
Who's knocking at the door? They can wait. Just like Starmie said, this is anyone's challenge, but Stewie and I have prior experience with it. It wasn't the best experience, but perhaps we can both redeem ourselves and rise to the top. Now, you may let in whoever is at the door.
And walks in, All-Stars 1 winner Roger, and All-Stars 2 winner Daphne.
Oh my god, All Stars royalty has just walked in. I'm a little gagged right now.
Wow, seeing Daphne and Roger was unexpected. They look great. I'd definitely fit right in with them, and of course, I'd be the pretty one, making the Hall of Fame look even more beautiful.
Daphne and Roger notice the Queen's shocked reactions and announce they are there to advise on winning strategies and pitfalls to avoid in the challenge. Roger claims he won this challenge, prompting Daphne to laugh and urge him to tell another joke. With a laugh, Roger corrects himself, revealing it was Daphne who won and he was in the bottom. They offer the Queens one-on-one sessions, or rather, two-on-one in this case, to provide assistance and invite Starmie to join them.
I'm feeling pretty confident going into this walkthrough with Daphne and Roger. I guess it's the winner in me. I have a pretty good idea in my head, and a great concept for the commercial.
Roger and Daphne congratulate Starmie for her progress, and she thanks them. Roger inquires why she returned, and Starmie responds that she wanted to demonstrate her ability to compete with the current era's queens. Roger remarks that it takes nerve for a winner to return and expresses his hope to participate in a winner's season, then asks Daphne if she would consider returning. Daphne replies that she will have to think about it and inquires about the title and concept of Starmie's book. Starmie shares that her book is titled, Shining Star, My Journey Through the Cosmos, which chronicles her rise to fame as the first cartoon drag superstar, along with the challenges and triumphs she faced. Roger commends Starmie on her excellent concept and looks forward to what she will present, while Daphne echoes his sentiment and summons Mrs. Garrison for her turn.
It's my turn next, and it seems Starmie had an excellent walkthrough with Daphne and Roger. She's been quietly advancing through this competition, securing a win or two. While our attention was on Peter and Lola, Starmie emerged as the real contender. Do we want her to have 2 crowns? I don't think so. It's crucial for her to land in the bottom now. She hasn't yet, and this may be our last chance.
Roger and Daphne greet Mrs. Garrison, and Roger inquires if she is nervous, pointing out that as the front-runner, she has a massive target on her back, just like Peter did. Mrs. Garrison admits she is very nervous because at this stage in the competition, she cannot afford any mistakes. Daphne concurs, sharing that during her time on All Stars 2, despite falling to the bottom and feeling nervous, she managed to pull through, and believes Mrs. Garrison can do the same. After expressing her gratitude, Mrs. Garrison is asked about the title and concept of her book. She reveals that her book, titled, Finding My True Self, A Journey of Transformation, chronicles her evolution from a small-town teacher to a confident, fearless drag queen, while also confronting the challenges of embracing her gender identity. Roger commends the concept as beautiful, and Daphne praises it as fantastic. They embrace Mrs. Garrison before calling Jessica Rabbit for her turn.
It seems Mrs. Garrison had a successful walkthrough, similar to Starmie. I believe I can achieve the same success. I have an excellent concept, and the title of my book is absolutely amazing.
Roger and Daphne welcome Jessica, with Roger expressing his shock at how she betrayed Peter. Daphne concurs, praising the bold move and noting the trend of Season 6 queens eliminating frontrunners, first Faramosa and now Jessica. Jessica laughs, explaining they didn't understand the challenge of dealing with Peter and his ego, and that she had to take action. Roger, eager for gossip, prompts her to share the title and concept of her book. She reveals it's The Rabbit's Journey, from Drag Race to Down Under, detailing her transition from competing in Cartoon Drag Race to hosting its Down Under edition, with exclusive behind-the-scenes stories. However, Roger finds the concept lacking, and Daphne agrees, urging Jessica to reveal more of her true self in the book. Jessica appreciates their input but tells them she loves her concept, agrees to consider it, and exits. Stewie is then called over.
From what we overheard, it doesn't seem like it went well for Jessica. She had a great concept with the behind-the-scenes tea, but I think the judges are looking to see her true self. I hope my concept will be well received.
Roger and Daphne welcomed Stewie, and Daphne expressed her shock at seeing him progress so far in the competition. When Roger inquired why, Daphne explained that Stewie began as merely a background character, yet here he was in the top 5 with 2 wins. Roger mentioned he had faith in Stewie from the start. Stewie thanked them and admitted to Daphne that he was quite surprised himself to have outlasted his family. Roger concurred, noting he had expected Peter to be here. Moving on, Roger asked Stewie about his book's title and concept. Stewie revealed it as Stewie's Chronicles, The House of Griffin, delving into the enthralling world of the Griffin household and the iconic House of Griffin. Roger, looking concerned, told Stewie he was worried for him, pointing out that the book should focus on Stewie, not his family. Daphne agreed and suggested Stewie reconsider, as she wasn't fond of the idea. Stewie acknowledged their advice and expressed his gratitude. Roger then shared his concerns with Daphne before calling Lashana over.
Oh wow, that was tough for Stewie, but that's what Daphne and Roger are here for, to guide us through the challenge, advising us on what to do and what not to do. I'm a bit worried, but I hope they like mine.
Roger and Daphne greet Lashana warmly. Daphne expresses her admiration for Lashana's performance in Season 7, delighted to have her on All Stars and to be judging her on the show. Lashana thanks Daphne and they share a hug. Roger jokes about their display of affection, prompting Lashana to hug him as well. Roger compliments her on her competition performance, noting she has only one win, and curiously asks about her feelings. Lashana glances at Daphne, mentions questionable judging, with a laugh, and Daphne joins in, playfully blaming production. Roger inquires about the title and concept of her book. Lashana reveals its title, Lashana's Journey, From the Island to the Runway, detailing her humble beginnings, rise to fame, and experiences in the cutthroat world of reality TV. Daphne loves the concept, while Roger remains unsure, not feeling an immediate connection but eager to see the final product. Lashana thanks them for their time and departs. The queens expressed their gratitude to Daphne and Roger for their advice, and Roger shared his anticipation for the final editions, revealing that he would be on the judging panel tonight. The queens erupted in cheers as Daphne and Roger exited the set.
After my walkthrough with Daphne and Roger, I'm less nervous, it went very well, and they loved it. Now, I just need to stay focused and bring the concept to life.
I'm quite fond of my book's concept, though Daphne and Roger aren't fans. They believe I'm not adequately represented in the book. I'm uncertain about that, but I must create a stunning commercial for it.
Jessica and Mrs. Garrison, both engrossed in their book projects, share a moment. Jessica expresses her joy at rejoining the competition and her gratitude for meeting Mrs. Garrison. Mrs. Garrison reciprocates, revealing a strong connection with Jessica despite her usual difficulty in bonding with fellow drag queens, particularly those from South Park. Jessica reassures her that they are now sisters and looks forward to their outings with Lola and Penelope. Mrs. Garrison echoes the sentiment and offers an open invitation to the Pretty Girl Alliance to come to South Park. When Mrs. Garrison offers assistance with Jessica's book, she politely declines, confident in her progress but appreciative of the gesture. Lashana, Stewie, and Starmie are all working on their books. Lashana asks Stewie how he feels after the walkthrough. Stewie admits it was tough, but agrees with Roger and Daphne that the book should focus on him, not his family. Lashana encourages him, saying this is his chance to show his family he doesn't need them. Stewie thanks her and says he's coming up with a brand new concept as they speak, and they share a hug. Turning to Starmie, Lashana inquires about her book. Starmie is pleased with her successful walkthrough and the positive reception of her book. She then asks Lashana about her experience. Lashana shares that she received mixed feedback, Daphne loved it, but Roger was uncertain. Starmie reassures Lashana, calling her an amazing queen who will rise to the top. Grateful, Lashana thanks her, and they all share a moment of bonding. Stewie Griffin and Mrs. Garrison slayed the challenge.
The judges absolutely loved my book and the commercial. I significantly altered the concept, mentioning my family just once. I took into account the critiques from Daphne and Roger, and I'm quite confident that I could be among the top.
Lashana and Starmie had a great performance.
Once again, I've performed well. There hasn't been a single challenge here where I've done bad. I do have a reputation to maintain, and if I survive the bottom tonight, since it's likely to be a close call between me and Lashana, I might become the first queen in history to reach the finale without ever being in the bottom twice. Fingers crossed.
Jessica Rabbit had a bad performance.
The judges absolutely hated my book and commercial. I don't want to break down in tears like Peppa Pig, but that's how I feel in this moment. I'm certainly in the bottom tonight, and it seems not even my runway performance could redeem me.
On the runway, category is White, Stewie, Starmie, Lashana and Jessica Rabbit had a great runway.
This is going to be a close call between Starmie and myself, unless we both end up in the bottom with Jessica Rabbit. I hope that's not the case. I really want a chance to make it to the finale.
Mrs. Garrison had a good runway.
My runway performance was okay. I don't believe it will jeopardize my rightful place in the top. My book and commercial were among the best, and I personally believe they hold more weight than the runway. If not, I would have applied for Project Runway.
Welcome to the judges panel. First, she is our resident all-star judge, she is Daphne, and our extra special guest judge, our All-Stars 1 winner, it is Roger. Welcome home, darling. Now let the final judging of All-Stars 3 commence. Stewie Griffin, Mrs. Garrison, congratulations, you are the top 2 All-Stars and will be moving on to the finale.
Oh my god, I did it! I made it to the finale and won a challenge without any of my family here. Lashana was right. I don't need them. I can do it on my own. Thank you so much, RuPaul.
Thank you, you're going to make this old queen cry. I don't often share many emotions, but I am so grateful to have made it back to the final. This time, I must win that crown, but first, I need to win this lip sync.
Starmie, congratulations, you are safe, made history, and will be moving on to the finale.
Oh my god, thank you. Not only am I the first winner to return and reach the finale again, but I'm also creating history as the only queen to achieve this twice without ever being in the bottom in both seasons I've competed in. Thank you so much. Now, to make history once more by becoming the first queen to be crowned twice. Hashtag Team Starmie.
That means, Jessica Rabbit and Lashana, I'm sorry my dears, but you are both up for elimination.
2 top all-stars stand before me. Ladies, the time has come. Would you lip sync? For your legacy!
Oh no, not this situation again. Being at the bottom and facing the possibility of elimination before the finale is agonizing. I've grown a lot closer to Mrs. Garrison, and I'm hoping she wins the lip sync. I have a feeling she wouldn't choose my lipstick. But then again, I'm reflecting on that moment we shared in Untucked. I really hope she realizes I was only joking.
This isn't my time to leave. I can't go before the finale. I've worked so hard, and the thought of it all being taken away is frightening. Jessica has already been eliminated, and if I were in the top, I'd consider that.
The lip sync song is Look What You Made Me Do by Taylor Swift. Mrs. Garrison slayed the lip sync. Stewie had a good lip sync. Mrs. Garrison.
You're a winner, baby. With great power comes great responsibility.
Mrs. Garrison.
Which queen have you chosen to get the chop?
Wow, this is a tough choice for me. One of these queens week after week has shown how much fire and determination she has, such as myself, to be here. And the other is one of my closest friends, and who has lent me this shirt I am wearing tonight. So based on that, the queen I have chosen is Jessica Rabbit.
As it is written, so it shall be done.
Jessica Rabbit.
You are an all-star. Now, sashay away.
Thank you and love you all.
So I want to hear from our super fans. Who do you think deserves the crown?
Are you Team Stewie, Team Starmie, Team Lashana, or Team Mrs. Garrison? Let me know in the comments below. Now let's untuck.
This is Untucked.
The queens celebrate in Untucked for making it to the final 4. Stewie reveals he also chose Jessica Rabbit because Lashana was there for him when he needed support and has been a close friend since Meg's elimination. Lashana thanks him and expresses her gratitude to Mrs. Garrison for not choosing her, admitting she was nervous during the speech. Mrs. Garrison reassures her that she deserved to stay over Jessica, reminding her that she never forgot Jessica's words in Untucked, and that, despite joking, she is not a queen to be messed with. Noticing Starmie's silence, Lashana asks if she's alright. Starmie responds that she's just processing the fact that she's made it to the finale again and could become a 2-time winner. Mrs. Garrison tells the queens that the crown is up for grabs, and raises a toast to the top 4 of All Stars 3. Starmie concludes with, "May the best queen win," and they all celebrate.
Hey, squirrel friend. When one video ends, just open up another one. It's called binge viewing. Go ahead. I support you.